Hi Daryl. Brother, today I go a joke story for you.
What? Hi Mina.
It is very funny. If you want, I'm gonna tell you.
I hope it is very funny.
Yes, it should be joke and you will laugh after I told you.
Okay. So please tell me that story.
So, I will tell about that story. It is about Dreamfly plane. Sue and Bob, a pair of tightwads, lived in the Midwest and had been married years. Bob had always wanted to go flying. The desire deepened each time a barnstormer flew into town to offer rides. Bob would ask, and Sue would say, "No way, $10 is $10. The years went by, and Bob figured he didn't have much longer, so he got Sue out to the show, explaining, "It is free to watch, let us at least watch." And once we got there, the feeling became real strong. Sue and Bob started an argument. The pilot, between flights, overheard, listened to the problem, and said, "I'll tell you what, I'll take you up flying, and if you don't say a word, the ride is on me, but if you back one sound, you pay $10. So off they flew. The pilot doing as many rolls and dives as he could, heading to the ground as fast as the plane could go, and pulling out of the dive at just the very last second. Not a word. Finally he admitted defeat and went back to the airport. "I am surprised. Why didn't you say anything?" "Well, I almost said something when Sue fell out, but $10 is $10.
I got one story to do. You want to listen?
Yes, I like this story very much. Please. Come on.
The story about fear of bombing airplane.
No, I don't.
Okay, the story is that Aunt Bessie loved to visit her nieces and nephews. However, she had relatives all over the country. The problem was that no matter how much she enjoyed seeing them, she hated flying. No matter how safe people told her it was, she was always worried that someone would have a bomb on the plane. She read books about how safe it was and listened to the stewardess demonstrate all the safety features. But she still worried herself silly. Every time a visit was coming up. Finally, the family decided that maybe if she saw the statistics she'd be convinced. So they sent her to a friend of the family who was an actuary. "Tell me," she said suspiciously, "what are the chances that someone will have a bomb on a plane?" The actuary looked through his tables and said, "A very small chance. Maybe 1 in 500,000. She nodded, then thought for a moment. "So what are the odds of 2 people having a bomb on the same plane?" Again he went through his tables. "Extremely remote," he said. "About 1 in a billion." Aunt Bessie nodded and left his office. And from the day on, every time she flew, she took a bomb with her.
Hi Yanni, today do you have joke story?
Yes. I got. You want to listen?
Yes, your story is so funny, please come on.
You know a story about flying without parachute?
No, never.
Okay. The story is, there's a man jumps out of an airplane with a parachute on his back. As he is falling, he realizes his chute is broken. He don't know anything about parachutes. But as the earth rapidly approaches, he realizes his options are limited. He takes off the parachute and tries to fix it himself on the way down. The wind is ripping past his face. He is dropping like a rock, and at 5,000 feet, another man goes shooting up past him. In desperation, the man with the chute looks up and yells, "Hey, do you know anything about parachutes?" The guy flying up looks down and yells, "No, do you know anything about gas stoves?"
key. Good morning, Bertha. Long time ago, never see you. HM. How are today? What do you do? Fine, thank. Me too, very long time not see you. Miss you too. Oh. Now I work at here as accountant. Wow. Sound good, I said. You are working here? Yes. Sure. But, you know, I often came here for lunch. Really? But I never see you? Oh. I did not tell you, I work here only on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. I see. But why today you are here? Because yesterday I forgot my books here. So, I come to take it as my room is nearer. Oh, yes. Okay. Bertha, you get lunch ready? Yes, ready in the restaurant here. Wow. It look good, but me feel a little hungry. Okay. So please go inside and lunch. For me, I must leave here because I am busy at my home. Okay. Bye, Bertha. Bye. Please have a good lunch. Bye, see you soon.
Hello. Andra.
Hello, John.
Please have a sit.
Okay. Thank you.
What do you like, Andrea?
Okay. I like a glass of water like first. Then a grilled fish with rice.
Should you like any more?
No, that is all. Thank you.
Okay, so please wait a while, please.
Yes. Never mind. Hi, Hunk. It's overtime now. I gotta back home first.
Okay. I try to finish a little work. Then I will leave later soon.
Okay. So now I go and you please close the door and turn off the light in the room.
Yes! Sure. I will do that. Don't mind. Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Okay. It finished. Wow. It is very late to back home now. I must stop here for today. See you!
Papa. You dinner yet?
Yes! Ready? I just got the moment before you came.
Oh, I see. Where is Mummy?
She went out to buy some clothes for joint party tomorrow.
What party, Papa?
It's Danny's birthday.
Oh, wow. I completely forgot.
So you should join that party too.
Sure, I will join tomorrow. Okay, Pa, now I am tired. I gonna sleep first.
Yes, good night. I just waiting your Mimi came. Then I will go to bed too. Bye.
Good night, Pa. Today I feel very tired. And tomorrow I need to join party. Oh my god. I gonna sleep now. Bye bye everybody. See you tomorrow.
Good evening everyone. This evening we make a party and there some friend join. At my friend house and very happy. And let to see what is going on.
Hi friend. How are you?
Fine, thank. And you?
Me too. How? Today is birthday, I forgot to wishing you.
Oh no. Thank you.
Where is other friend?
They are busy. They only call me and give me a wish for birthday.
Oh, like that.
I think they don't like me.
No, you don't think like that. They are really busy as I think.
Fantastic. I love it very much, all friends. This year I get 1 year old. But I am very happy when I see it. Thank you for this gift. Thank you, Andrea, for joining my party. I'm really happy with you today.
Okay. Me too. Thank for dinner. And dancing so fantastic.
You too. Very good dancing, girl.
Oh no. Just funny. Okay, now it look very dark. I must go home.
Okay. See you and have a good trip.
Bye, good nights.
Bye, good evening. I am John. Today I got a joke story. It's very funny. It is like that. There were 4 graduation students from different fields. They were studied sociology, engineer, lawyer and accountant. They were finding job in a restaurant. But owners need only one who can answer this question. He asked that. What was the result of 2 plus 2? So, take a look what happened with them.
Hi, sociologist. Very nice to meet you.
Hi. Sir. Nice to meet you.
Sociologist. What is the result of 2 plus 2?
It's so easy, sir. 2 plus 2 is 22.
No, that is not corrected.
Oh. What? Why? My God.
Hello, lawyer. Nice to meet you.
Hi, sir. Very nice to see you here.
Lawyer. What is the result of 2 plus 2? Can you answer, please?
Yes, sir. 2 plus 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4.
No, it is not correct.
Oh,
No, why?
2 plus 2 is really 4. Why not?
Hello, mister. Nice to meet you.
Hi, engineer. Nice to meet you. Okay. Engineer. What is the result of 2 plus 2?
2 plus 2 is sometimes 0.39999 or sometimes is 4.121. Like that.
It almost corrected. But not the right answer yet. Sorry.
Okay. Never mind, bye.
Hi, accountant. Nice to meet you.
Hello, sir. I am very happy to be here.
Accountant. What is 2 plus 2?
2 plus 2? It is the number. That what you need.
Wah. It is correct. That answer which I want? Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank. I pass.
Okay. Now you selected. See you tomorrow.
Okay. See you soon.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for the next video. Bye bye. Who is coming? Hi, Mr. Smith. What do you want? No, sir. I just want to tell you that. Now I go out because it is overtime. Okay. You go first, then I will leave just a while because I want to finish my little work. Bye-bye. It's super. It's buzzing. Anymore, I must rush go home now. There is no taxi. Hi, John, are you or her?
Hi. Smith. Miss you.
How are you?
Fine. And you?
Me too. Can we sit here and talk?
Okay. Please. Oz,
You have some story to tell me?
remember one day in school you tell me joke. Forgot?
No. Not remember.
The story about an announcement flight.
No!
Occasionally, airline attendants make an effort to make the in-flight safety lecture and their other announcements a bit more entertaining. Here are some real examples that have been heard or reported. There may be 50 ways to leave your lover, but there are only 4 ways out of this airplane, pilot folks. We have reached our cruising altitude now, so I am going to switch the seatbelt sign off. Feel free to move about as you wish, but please stay inside the plane till we land. It's a bit cold outside, and if you walk on the wings it affects the flight pattern. And, after landing, thank you for flying Delta Business Express. We hope you enjoyed giving us the business as much as we enjoyed taking you for a ride. As the plane landed and was coming to a stop at Washington National, a lone voice comes over the loudspeaker. Whoa, big fella. Whoa. After a particularly rough landing during thunderstorms in Memphis, a flight attendant on a Northwest flight announced, "Please take care when opening the overhead compartments because, after a landing like that, sure as hell everything has shifted." From a Southwest Airlines employee. Welcome aboard Southwest Flight XXX to YYY. To operate your seatbelt, insert the metal tab into the buckle, and pull tight. It works just like every other seatbelt, and if you do not know how to operate one, you probably should not be out in public unsupervised. In the event of a sudden loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will descend from the ceiling. Stop screaming, grab the mask, and pull it over your face. If you have a small child traveling with you, secure your mask before assisting with theirs. If you are traveling with 2 small children, decide now which one you love more. Weather at our destination is 50 degrees with some broken clouds, but they'll try to have them fixed before we arrive. Thank you, and remember, nobody loves you, or your money, more than Southwest Airlines. As you exit the plane, please make sure to gather all of your belongings. Anything left behind will be distributed evenly among the flight attendants. Please do not leave children or spouses. Last one off the plane must clean it. And from the pilot during his welcome message, we are pleased to have some of the best flight attendants in the industry. Unfortunately, none of them are on this flight. Heard on Southwest Airlines just after a very hard landing in Salt Lake City. The flight attendant came on the intercom and said, "That was quite a bump and I know what you will are thinking. I am here to tell you it wasn't the airline's fault, it was not the pilot's fault, it was not the flight attendant's fault. It was the asphalt." Another flight attendant's comment on a less than perfect landing. We ask you to please remain seated as Captain Kangaroo bounces us to the terminal. After a real crusher of a landing in Phoenix, the flight attendant came on with, "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats until Captain Crash and the crew have brought the aircraft to a screeching halt up against the gate." And, once the tire smoke has cleared and the warning bells are silenced, we will open the door and you can pick your way through the wreckage to the terminal. Part of a flight attendant's arrival announcement, we would like to thank you folks for flying with us today. And, the next time you get the insane urge to go blasting through the skies in a pressurized metal tube, we hope you think of us here at US Airways. Thank you for listening.
Thank you too.
Oh. Guys, he's coming. Bye-bye, see you next time.
See you.
Hi. Hi.
What do you need?
I need a cup of coffee.
Do you want to listen a joke story? Sir?
What?
It is very funny.
Okay, please?
The story is about my friend's story.
Oh.
It was a few days before Christmas. The trip went reasonably well, and he was ready to go back home. The airport on the other end had turned a tacky red and green, and loudspeakers blared annoying elevator renditions of cherished Christmas carols. Being someone who took Christmas very seriously, and being slightly tired, he was not in a particularly good mood. Almost a Scrooge, going to check in his luggage, which, for some reason, had become one suitcase with entirely new clothes, he saw hanging mistletoe. Not real mistletoe, but very cheap plastic with red paint on some of the rounder parts and green paint on some of the flatter and pointer parts, that could be taken for mistletoe only in a very Picasso sort of way. With a considerable degree of irritation and nowhere else to vent it, he said to the attendant, "Even if we were married, I would not want to kiss you under such a ghastly mockery of mistletoe. Sir, look more closely at where the mistletoe is. Okay, I see that it is above the luggage scale, which is a place you have to step forward for a kiss. That is not why it is there. Okay, I give up. Why is it there? It is there so you can kiss your luggage goodbye." Okay?
Yes. It's funny. Thank you.
Carl, do you more joke?
Yes. Do you want to listen?
Yes.
Okay, so please have a sit. And I will tell you.
Okay.
Okay, the story about teaching children. As a crowded airliner is about to take off, the piece is shattered by a 5-year-old boy who picks that moment to throw a wild temper tantrum. No matter what his frustrated, embarrassed mother does to try to calm him down, the boy continues to scream furiously and kick the seats around him. Suddenly, from the rear of the plane, an elderly man in the uniform of an Air Force general is seen slowly walking forward up the aisle. Stopping the flustered mother with an upraised hand, the white-haired, courtly, soft-spoken general leans down and, motioning toward his chest, whispers something into the boy's ear. Instantly, the boy calms down, gently takes his mother's hand, and quietly fastens his seatbelt. All the other passengers burst into spontaneous applause. As the general slowly makes his way back to his seat, one of the cabin attendants touches his sleeve. "Excuse me, General," she asks quietly, "but could I ask you what magic words you used on that little boy?" The old man smiles serenely and gently confides, "I showed him my pilot's wings, service stars,
and battle ribbons, and explained that they entitle me to throw one passenger out the plane door on any flight I choose.
Thanks for your joke.
Time to go home now. Papa, I got a joke story. Do you want to listen?
Okay. Please?
Story about Christmas in airport. It was a few days before Christmas. The trip went reasonably well, and he was ready to go back home. The airport on the other end had turned a tacky red and green, and loudspeakers blared annoying elevator renditions of cherished Christmas carols. Being someone who took Christmas very seriously, and being slightly tired, he was not in a particularly good mood. Almost a Scrooge, going to check in his luggage, which, for some reason, had become one suitcase with entirely new clothes, he saw hanging mistletoe. Not real mistletoe, but very cheap plastic with red paint on some of the rounder parts and green paint on some of the flatter and pointer parts, that could be taken for mistletoe only in a very Picasso sort of way. With a considerable degree of irritation and nowhere else to vent it, he said to the attendant, "Even if we were married, I would not want to kiss you under such a ghastly mockery of mistletoe. Sir, look more closely at where the mistletoe is. Okay, I see that it is above the luggage scale, which is a place you have to step forward for a kiss. That is not why it is there. Okay, I give up. Why is it there? It is there so you can kiss your luggage. Goodbye."
Bye-bye. Thank you.
I got 2 joke stories for everybody. Okay. Here we are. A burglar has just made it into the house he is intending ransacking, and he is looking around for stuff to steal. All of a sudden, a little voice pipes up, "I can see you, and so can Jesus." Startled, the burglar looks around the room. No one there at all, so he goes back to his business. "I can see you, and so can Jesus." The burglar jumps again, and takes a longer look around the room. Over in the corner by the window, almost obscured by curtains, is a cage in which sits a parrot, who pipes up again, "I can see you, and so can Jesus." "So what?" says the burglar, "You re only a parrot." To which the parrot replies, "Maybe, but Jesus is a Rottweiler." Oh. No. I got another one joke. Let me tell you. Okay, here I start. Recently, the Psychic Hotline and Psychic Friends Network have launched hotlines for frogs. Here is the story of one frog and his discussing with his psychic. A frog telephones the Psychic Hotline and is told, "You are going to meet a beautiful young girl who will want to know everything about you." The frog says, "This is great. Will I meet her at a party, or what?" "No," says the psychic. "Next semester in her biology class." Thanks for watching. Story is over. Bye. Hello, Laura.
Hello. Michael.
Where do you go?
I came here lunch.
Me too. Okay, please go inside and get lunch together.
Okay. Let go. Before lunch, I want to tell you a joke. Do you want to listen?
Yes, it is good. Please.
Its story is about half off this ticket.
I never known this. The story is that US Air recently introduced a special half fare for wives who accompanied their husbands on business trips. Expecting valuable testimonials, the PR department sent out letters to all the wives of businessmen who had used the special rates, asking how they enjoyed their trip. Letters are still pouring in asking, what trip?
Okay, now got one funny story and you want to listen?
Yes. Please?
We talk about I deserve a first-class seat. A blonde gets on an airplane and sits down in the first-class section of the plane. The stewardess rushes over to her and tells her she must move to coach because she don't have a first-class ticket. The blonde replies, I am blonde, I am smart, I have a good job, and I am staying in first class until we reach Jamaica. The disgusted stewardess gets the head stewardess who asks the blonde to leave. The blonde yet again repeats, I am blonde, I am smart, I have a good job, and I am staying in first class until we reach Jamaica. The head stewardesses don't even know what to do at this point, because they still have to get the rest of the passengers seated to take off. The bloat is causing a problem with boarding now, so the stewardess gets the co-pilot. The co-pilot goes up to the blonde and whispers in her ear. She immediately gets up and goes to her seat in the coach section. The head stewardess asks the co-pilot in amazement what he said to get her to move to her correct seat. The co-pilot replies, I told her the front half of the airplane wasn't going to Jamaica. Michael, before saying goodbye, I gotta tell you one more joke.
Okay, please, the bus has not yet come. Come on. Let's speak.
Okay. The story is about International Airline. Acronyms for International Airlines: Italy, Alitalia equals always late in the air, late in arrival. Alitalia equals arrive late in Turin, and luggage in Australia. Britain, Boeing equals better on a camel. Belgium, Sabina equals such a bloody experience, never again. Pakistan, PIA equals please. Informala, Yugoslavia. Jot equals joke about time. Pacific Western Airlines, PUA equals pray while aloft. PUA equals please wait a while. Airlines, Trans World Airlines equals teeny weeny airlines.
Hi. Are you okay?
Yes, fine thank.
Now I got Fauntleroy's story. Do you want to listen?
Yes. Please.
The story is about a blind pilot driving this plane.
Listen, look scared.
Haha. The story like that. I was flying from San Francisco to Los Angeles. By the time we took off, there had been a 45-minute delay and everybody on board was ticked. Unexpectedly, we stopped in Sacramento on the way. The flight attendant explained that there would be another 45-minute delay, and if we wanted to get off the aircraft, we would reboard in 30 minutes. Everybody got off the plane except one gentleman who was blind. I noticed him as I walked by and could tell he had flown before because his seeing eye dog lay quietly underneath the seats in front of him throughout the entire flight.
Oh my god.
I could also tell he had flown this very flight before because the pilot approached him and, calling him by name, said, Keith, we were in Sacramento for almost an hour. Would you like to get off and stretch your legs? Keith replied, no thanks, but maybe my dog would like to stretch his legs. Would you take him for me, please? Now picture this. All the people in the gate area came to a completely quiet standstill when they looked up and saw the pilot walk off the plane with a seeing eye dog. The pilot was even wearing sunglasses that day. People scattered, not only trying to change planes, but also trying to change airlines. It is very funny. Really?
Yes, it is fantastic. Do you have any more joke story?
Yes! I got the way tomorrow. There is another story about a no-frills airline if I like funny. The story starts as, you know it as a no-frills airline if they don't sell tickets, they sell chances. All the insurance machines in the terminal are sold out. Before the flight, the passengers get together and elect a pilot. If you kiss the wing for luck before boarding, it kisses you back. You cannot board the plane unless you have the exact change. Before you took off, the stewardess tells you to fasten your Velcro. The captain asks all the passengers to chip in a little for gas. When they pull the steps away, the plane starts rocking. The captain yells at the ground crew to get the cows off the runway. You ask the captain how often their planes crash and he says, just once. No movie. Don, teeny one. Your life keeps flashing before your eyes. You see a man with a gun, but he is demanding to be let off the plane. All the planes have both the bathroom and the chapel. It's so funny. Okay, the story finished, thank you. Good night, bye.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, teacher.
Today I got a funny story. Do you want to listen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I will tell you about it. Air Force One crashed in the middle of rural America. Panic-stricken, the Secret Service mobilized and descended on the farm in force. When they got there, the wreckage was clear. The aircraft was totally destroyed with only a burned hulk left smoldering in a tree line that bordered a farm. Secret Service descended upon the smoking hulk, but could find no remains of the crew or the president as staff.
Yes.
To their amazement, a lone farmer was plowing a field not too far away as if nothing at all happened. They hurried over to surround the man as tractor. Sir, the senior Secret Service agent asked, panting and out of breath. Did you see this terrible accident happen? Yep. Sure did.
Oh.
The man muttered unconcernedly. Do you realize that is the President of the United States airplane? Yep. Were there any survivors? The agent gasped. Nope. They all killed straight out. The farmer sighed, cutting off his tractor motor. I done buried them all myself.
Wah.
Took most of the morning. The President of the United States is dead? The agent gulped in disbelief. Well, the farmer sighed, obviously wanting to get back to his work. He kept saying he wasn't. But you know what a liar he is. The story is all. Do you understand?
Yes, and it's so funny too.
Okay, now. It is turn. Who want to tell joke story? Who can tell? Please come to the stage here.
Me. But I don't know it's funny or not.
Okay, no problem, please.
Hello everyone. My story is about a plane flying in the 1930s. The story is like that. Alright. In the early 1930s, a farmer and his wife went to a fair. The farmer was fascinated by the airplanes and asked a pilot how much a ride would cost. $10 for 3 minutes, replied the pilot. That is too much, said the farmer. The pilot thought for a second and then said, I'll make you a deal. If you and your wife ride for 3 minutes without uttering a sound, the ride will be free. But if you make a sound, you'll have to pay $10. The farmer and his wife agreed and went for a wild ride. After they landed, The pilot said to the farmer, "I want to congratulate you for not making a sound. You are a brave man." "Maybe so," said the farmer, "but I gotta tell you, I almost screamed when my wife fell out." The story is finished. Thank everyone for listening.
Okay. It is a good story and funny. Now who is the next? Please come to the stage. Hello teacher and friend. Hello. I got a short joke story. About airlines running operating system. Here are some basic descriptions of what may happen if airplanes had different operating systems running them. DOS, everybody pushes it till it glides, then jumps on and lets it coast till it skids, then jumps off, pushes, jumps back on, etc. DOS with COM, same as DOS, but with more leg room for pushing. Macintosh, all the flight attendants, captains and baggage handlers look the same, act the same and talk the same. Every time you ask a question, you're told you don't need to know, don't want to know, and everything will be done for you without your knowing, so just shut up. OS/2, to get on board, you have to have your ticket stamped 10 different times by standing in 10 different lines. Then you fill out a form asking how you want your seating arranged, with the look and feel of an ocean liner, a passenger train or a bus. If you get on board and off the ground, you will have a wonderful trip, except when the rudder and flaps freeze, in which case you have time to say your prayers before you crash. Windows, colorful airport terminal, friendly flight attendants, easy access to a plane, and an uneventful takeoff. Then, all in a sudden, boom. You blow up without any warning whatsoever. The terminal and flight attendants all look like those the Windows plane uses, but the process of checking in and going through security is a nightmare. Once aboard, those passengers with first-class tickets can go anywhere they want and arrive in half the time, while the vast majority of passengers with coach tickets can't even get aboard. Unix, everyone brings one piece of the plane. Then they go on the runway and piece it together, all the while arguing about what kind of plane they're rebuilding. Cairo, the airplane is distributed among 37 different hangars in 13 airports scattered over 8 states, 4 Canadian provinces, and a remote mountain hideaway in Nicaragua. But you don't need to know where the airplane is or who it belongs to in order to fly it. Actually, you don't fly the airplane itself. You fly a simulation that behaves just like the real thing, except that you don't go anywhere. But that's okay, because when the world is at your fingertips you never need to leave home. Okay, thank you for your joke. It's so funny.
Janny, I got a joke story. Do you want to listen? Yes, fantastic, Pop. The story like that. Squawks are problem listings that pilots generally leave for maintenance crews to fix before the next flight. Here are some squawks submitted by U.S. Air Force pilots and the replies from the maintenance crews. P equals problem. S equals solution. P, left inside main tire almost needs replacement. Almost replaced left inside main tire. P, test flight okay, except toland very rough, so toland not installed on this aircraft. P, number 2 propeller seeping prop fluids. Number 2 propeller seepage normal. Normal minus number 1 pound sign 3, and number 4 propellers lack normal seepage. P, something loose in cockpit, something tightened in cockpit. P, evidence of leak on right main landing gears, evidence removed. P, DMB volume unbelievably loud volume. Set to more believable level. P, dead bugs on windshields, live bugs on order. P, autopilot in altitude hold mode produces a 200 fpm descent, cannot reproduce problem on ground. P, IFF inoperative, IFF always. Inoperative in off mode. IFF identification friend or foe. P. Friction locks cause throttle levers to stick. That is what they read there for. P. Number 3 engine missing engine found on right wing after brief search. P. Aircraft handles funny. Aircraft warned to straighten up, fly right, and be serious. P. Target radar hums reprogrammed target radar with lyrics. Pa, I got one story too. Do you want to listen? Yes. It is good. I want to. According to the Australian, an airliner recently encountered severe vibration in flight. The captain decided to make an emergency landing and switched on the seatbelt sign. The vibration stopped immediately. Passenger emerged from a lavatory and explained that he had been jogging in place inside. It's so funny. I am sleepy. Before sleep, I want to tell you a joke story. Listen, it is very funny. Let go! A programmer and an engineer are sitting next to each other on a long flight from Los Angeles to New York. The programmer leans over to the engineer and asks if he would like to play a fun game. The engineer just wants to take a nap, so he politely declines and rolls over to the window to catch a few winks. The programmer persists and explains that the game is real easy and is a lot of fun. He explains, I ask you a question, and if you don't know the answer, you pay me $5. Then you ask me a question, and if I don't know the answer, I'll pay you $5. Again, the engineer politely declines and tries to get to sleep. The programmer, now somewhat agitated, says, okay, if you don't know the answer you pay me $5, and if I don't know the answer, I'll pay you $100. This catches the engineer's attention, and he sees no end to this torment unless he plays, so he agrees to the game. The programmer asks the first question. What is the distance from the Earth to the Moon? The engineer don't say a word, but reaches into his wallet, pulls out a $5 bill and hands it to the programmer. Now, it is the engineer's turn. He asks the programmer what goes up a hill with 3 legs, and comes down on 4? The programmer looks up at him with a puzzled look. He takes out his laptop computer and searches all of his references. He taps into the earphone with his modem and searches the net and the Library of Congress. Frustrated, he sends email to his coworkers. All to no avail. After about an hour, he wakes the engineer and hands him $100. The engineer politely takes the $100 and turns away to try to get back to sleep. The programmer, more than a little miffed, shakes the engineer and asks, well, so what is the answer? Without a word, the engineer reaches into his wallet, hands the programmer $5, and turns away to get back to sleep. The story is finished. Thanks for watching. Good night. Bye. Hello, Julia. Hi, Julia. Today, do you have any joke story?
Okay. Today I got 3 joke stories for you. And for everyone.
Yes. Fantastic. Please talk about them.
Okay. Go with me to see what is up. The first joke is about serpents plus sweets. There is a question. What do you get when you cross a snake with a tasty dessert?
I don't know what is.
And the answer is
No.
a python.
It's very interesting.
The second joke is about two giraffes are driving. There is a question. What do you get when two giraffes collide? And the answer is a giraffic jam.
Oh, my godness.
And the last one is about Frogmobile. There were a question. What happened when a frog's car broke down on the side of the road?
What?
And the answer is it gets towed away.
Your looks are very funny. Thanks for your stories.
You welcome. Okay. Don't mind.
Thank you everyone for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everybody. Today I got 3 joke stories for you. Okay, go with me to see what is up. The first joke is about forgetful dad. My wife is so negative. I remembered the car seat, the stroller, and the diaper bag. Yet all she can talk about is how I forgot the baby. The second joke is about award winning. There is a question. Why did the scarecrow win an award? And the answer is because he was outstanding in school. And the last one is about cheesy. There is question that Q, did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? And the answer like that. There was nothing left but be believed.
Hello everybody. Today I got 3 joke stories for you. Okay. Go with me to see what is up. The first joke is about open up. There is a sound knock. Knock. Then he asked, who's there? Candice. Candice who? Candice door open? Or am I stuck out here? The second joke is about knock knock sass. There is a sound of knock. Knock. He asks who's there? Says who? Says knock, that's who. And the last one is about downright magical. There were sound of knock. Knock. He asked, who's there? Reply back. Voodoo. Voodoo who? Voodoo you think you are? Asking all these questions.
Hi. Hello everyone, today I have a funny story to tell you. I think you will laugh while I talk about that. Okay. The story like that, there was one day I meet one Vietnamese girl at the police station. The police officer asks she that, "Hi girl, what is your phone number please?" And she said that my phone is sex tonight and tonight sex too. Police is in chat, no I don't want, I mean your phone number, I don't like that. Then she said again, I say sex tonight and tonight sex too, why you say like that? The police understand that, oh my god, that is your phone number 6629 and 2962. Do you understand that? Hi. Hi. I got a story to tell you. Do you want to listen? Me too. I got a story too. Do you want to listen? It talks about what just happened here. A military cargo plane, flying over a populated area, suddenly loses power and starts to nose down. The pilot tries to pull up, but with all their cargo, the plane is too heavy. So he yells to the soldiers in back to throw things out to make the plane lighter. They throw out a pistol. Throw out more, shouts the pilot. So they throw out a rifle. More. He cries again. They heave out a missile, and the pilot regains control. He pulls out of the dive and lands safely at an airport. They get into a jeep and drive off. Pretty soon they meet a boy on the side of the road who is crying. They ask him why he is crying, and he says, "A pistol hit me on the head." They drive more and meet another boy who is crying even harder. Again they ask why, and the boy says, "A rifle hit me on the head." They apologize and keep driving. They meet a boy on the sidewalk who is laughing hysterically. They ask him, "Kid, what is so funny?" The boy replies, "I sneezed and a house blew up." Now I'm gonna talk my story about troubles with engine. While cruising at 36,000 feet, the airplane shuddered, and a passenger looked out the window. "Oh no!" he screamed, "one of the engines just blew up." Other passengers left their seats and came running over. Suddenly the aircraft was rocked by a second blast as yet another engine exploded on the other side. The passengers were in a panic now, and even the stewardesses could not maintain order. Just then, standing tall and smiling confidently, the pilot strode from the cockpit and assured everyone that there was nothing to worry about. His words and his demeanor seemed made most of the passengers feel better, and they sat down as the pilot calmly walked to the door of the aircraft. There, he grabbed several packages from under the seats and began handing them to the flight attendants. Each crew member attached the package to their backs. "Say," spoke up an alert passenger, "are not those parachutes?" The pilot confirmed that they were. The passenger went on, "But I thought you said there was nothing to worry about?" "There is not," replied the pilot as a third engine exploded. We're going to get help." It's so funny. You jerk too.
I got a story to do you want to listen?
Oh. Yes. Yes! Me too.
Okay, story about training the blonde. An airline captain was breaking in a very pretty new blonde stewardess. The route they were flying had a stayover in another city, so upon their arrival, the captain showed the stewardess the best place for airline personnel to eat, shop and stay overnight. The next morning, as the pilot was preparing the crew for the route of day, he noticed the new stewardess was missing. He knew which room she was in at the hotel and called her up wondering what happened to her. She answered the phone, sobbing, and said she couldn't get out of her room. "You can't get out of your room?" The captain asked, "Why not?" The stewardess replied, "There are only 3 doors in here," she cried. "One is the bathroom, one is the closet, and one has a sign on it that says 'Do not disturb.'"
Now I want to tell you the joke and funny story. The story is about the mental hospital. After hearing that one of the patients in a mental hospital had saved another from a suicide attempt by pulling him out of a bathtub, the hospital director reviewed the rescuer file and called him into his office. "Mr. Haroldson, your records and your heroic behavior indicate that you are ready to go home. I am only sorry that the man you saved later killed himself with a rope around the neck." "Oh, he did not kill himself," Mr. Haroldson replied. "I hung him up to dry."
I got a joke for you. It talks about better relationships. A man walked into a therapist's office looking very depressed. "Doc, you have got to help me. I cannot go on like this." "What is the problem?" the doctor inquired. "Well, I am 35 years old and I still have no luck with the ladies. No matter how hard I try, I just seem to scare them away." "My friend, this is not a serious problem. You just need to work on your self-esteem. Each morning, I want you to get up and run to the bathroom mirror. Tell yourself that you are a good person, a fun person, and an attractive person. But say it with real conviction. Within a week you will have women buzzing all around you." The man seemed content with his advice and walked out of the office a bit excited. 3 weeks later he returned with the same downtrodden expression on his face. "Did my advice not work?" asked the doctor. "It worked all right. For the past several weeks I have enjoyed some of the best moments in my life with the most fabulous looking women." "So, what is your problem?" "I do not have a problem," the man replied. "My wife does." Bye-bye.
I will tell you the joke about crazy people talk. A doctor of psychology was doing his normal morning rounds when he entered a patient room. He found patient number 1 sitting on the floor, pretending to saw a piece of wood in half. Patient number 2 was hanging from the ceiling, by his feet. The doctor asked patient number 1 what he was doing. The patient replied, "Cannot you see I am sawing this piece of wood in half?" The doctor inquired of patient number 1 what patient number 2 was doing. Patient number 1 replied, "Oh, he is my friend, but he is a little crazy. He thinks he has a light bulb." The doctor looks up and notices patient number 2. Face is going all red. The doctor asks patient number 1, "If he is your friend, you should get him down from there before he hurts himself." Patient number 1 replies, "What? And work in the dark?"
Ahem.
Today joke about Los Angeles time. The following is supposedly a true story. To be included, besides being true, the story is most likely strange, weird, surprising, or funny. Los Angeles Times. December 9th, a man walked into a branch of the Antelope Valley Bank and handed a teller a note demanding money. The man had one hand in his pocket, as if holding a gun, so the teller began handing over the contents of her cash drawer. When she had forked over $7,000, the robber said, "That is enough," and walked out the door. It is hard to find a bank robber who knows when he has had enough. One more story. About Brezhnev and his speech. The following is supposedly a true story. To be included, besides being true, the story is most likely strange, weird, surprising, or funny. Brezhnev, a former ruler of Russia, was thought not to be too bright. He comes to address a big Communist Party meeting, and starts, "Dear comrade imperialists." The whole hall perked up. What did he say? Brezhnev tried again. "Dear comrade imperialists." Well, by now the hall was in pandemonium. Was he trying to call them imperialists? Then, an advisor walked over to the podium and pointed to the speech for Brezhnev. "Oh," he muttered, and started again. "Dear comrades, imperialists are everywhere." There was a famous anecdote that the reason Brezhnev, a former ruler of Russia, speeches ran 6 hours is because he read not only the original, but the carbon copy. In fact, there was a report near the end of Brezhnev's life that he went down to South Russia to deliver his speech on science, and accidentally gave the wrong speech on culture, and did not even know it until it was over.
Hi, everybody. Today I got a story for you. It is a small story about greedy boy. So let's start the story. Sam and Tom were identical twins. They were so identical that even their mother found it difficult to distinguish one from the others, at least during their initial day on Earth. However, they were very different from each other than their appearance. Sam had no friend, while Tom was a great friendship maker. Sam loved sweets, but Tom loved spicy food and detested sweets. As Sam and Tom grew, their father wanted to share his fortune equally amongst them. However, Tom did not agree, and he argued that whoever proved to be more intelligent and strong would have to get a bigger share of the wealth. Sam agreed. Their father decided to organize a competition between the two. He asked the two sons to walk as long as they could, and they return home before sunset. The wealth would be divided in proportion to the distance covered. As a rule of the competition, they were permitted to carry a watch to keep track of the time. The following day, Sam and Tom set out to walk. It was a rather sunny day. Sam walked slowly and steadily, while Tom broke into a sprint as he was bent on winning the race and also winning a greater portion of his father's wealth. Sam knew that it would be ideal to walk as far as possible till noon and start for home at noon, as it would take the same amount of time to walk back home. Knowing this, Sam decided to turn back for home at noon so as reach home on time. However, Tom, with his greed to earn more wealth, did not attempt to return home even after mid-noon. He walked twice also as Sam, and thought he would still be able to return home before sunset. He hurried back when he saw the sun turn orange. Unfortunately, he could not even make it halfway home as the sun started to set. Slowly darkness engulfed his path and he had to drag his tired feet back home. He had lost the race. Only because of his greed leads to loss. Okay. The story is over. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. Hi Johnny.
Hi Dan.
Long time ago, never meet.
How are you?
I am fine.
Fine, and you?
Same to you. I have a funny story to tell you. Do you want to listen?
Yes, you still like in school. You always have funny and joke.
Ha, yes. I am no changing. Do you know the joke story about in airport and customer wonder boarding from what gate?
No, I don't. Never.
Okay, the story is at the airport for a business trip. I settled down to wait for the boarding announcement at gate 35. Then I heard the voice on the public address system saying, "We apologize for the inconvenience, but Delta Flight 570 will board from gate 41. So my family picked up our luggage and carried it over to gate 41. Not 10 minutes later, the public address voice told us that Flight 570 would in fact be boarding from gate 35. So, again, we gathered our carry on luggage and returned to the original gate. Just as we were settling down, the public address voice spoke again. "Thank you for participating in Delta's physical fitness program.
After meet my friend. I remember that. I got a funny story, forgot to tell my friend. So now I only tell to everybody. Okay, the story is about don't be in this fly. This is Captain Sinclair speaking. On behalf of my crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard British Airways Flight 602 from New York to London. We are currently flying at a height of 35,000 feet midway across the Atlantic. If you look out of the windows on the starboard side of the aircraft, you will observe that both the starboard engines are on fire. If you look out of the windows on the port side, you will observe that the port wing has fallen off. If you look down towards the Atlantic Ocean, you will see a little yellow life raft with 3 people in it waving at you. That's me, your captain, the co-pilot, and one of the air stewardesses. This is a recorded message. Have a good flight. The story is finished. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hi everyone, I got one joke to tell you. Do you want to listen? I gotta tell you about dream flying planes. Sue and Bob, a pair of tightwads, lived in the Midwest and had been married years. Bob had always wanted to go flying. The desire deepened each time a barnstormer flew into town to offer rides. Bob would ask, and Sue would say, "No way, $10 is $10. The years went by, and Bob figured he'd have much longer. So he got Sue out to the show, explaining, "It's free to watch, let us at least watch." And once he got there, the feeling became real strong. Sue and Bob started an argument. The pilot, between flights, overheard, listened to their problem, and said, "I will tell you what, I will take you up flying, and if you don't say a word, the ride is on me, but if you make one sound, you pay $10. So off they flew. The pilot doing as many rolls and dives as he could, heading to the ground as fast as the plane could go, and pulling out of the dive at just the very last second. Not a word. Finally he admitted defeat and went back to the airport. I am surprised. Why did you say anything? Well, I almost said something when Sue fell out, but $10 is $10. Thanks for watching. Good night. Bye.
Ahem.
About, what is the time? A man is strolling past the mental hospital and suddenly remembers an important meeting. Unfortunately, his watch has stopped, and he cannot tell if he is late or not. Then, he notices a patient similarly strolling about within the hospital fence. Calling out to the patient, the man says, "Pardon me, sir, but do you have the time?" The patient calls back, "1 moment," and throws himself upon the ground, pulling out a short stick as he does. He pushes the stick into the ground, and, pulling out a carpenter level, assures himself that the stick is vertical. With a compass, the patient locates north and with a steel ruler, measures the precise length of the shadow cast by the stick. Withdrawing a slide rule from his pocket, the patient calculates rapidly, then swiftly packs up all his tools and turns back to the pedestrian, saying, "It is now precisely 3:29 p.m., provided today is August 16th, which I believe it is." The man cannot help but be impressed by this demonstration, and sets his watch accordingly. Before he leaves, he says to the patient, "That was really quite remarkable, but tell me, what do you do on a cloudy day, or at night, when the stick casts no shadow?" The patient holds up his wrist and says, "I suppose I have just looked at my watch." One more story. About marriage quote. Marriage is not a word. It is a sentence, a life sentence. I get under the bed, I think there is somebody on top of it. Marriage is very much like a violin. After the sweet music is over, the strings are attached. Marriage is love. Love is blind. Therefore, marriage is an institution for the blind. Marriage is an institution in which a man loses his bachelor degree and the woman gets her master's. Marriage is a thing which puts a ring on a woman's finger and 2 under the man's eyes. Marriage certificate is just another word for a work permit. Marriage is not just a having a wife, but also worries inherited forever. Marriage requires a man to prepare 4 types of rings, * the engagement ring, * the wedding ring, * the suffering, * the undue ring.
Today joke about doctors meet. A group of psychiatrists were attending a convention. 4 of them decided to leave and walked out together. One said to the other 3, "People are always coming to us with their guilt and fears, but we have no one that we can go to when we have problems." The others agreed. Then one said, "Since we are all professionals, why do not we take some time right now to hear each other out?" The other 3 agreed. The first then confessed, "I have an uncontrollable desire to kill my patients." The second psychiatrist said, "I love expensive things, and so I find ways to cheat my patients out of their money whenever I can so I can buy the things I want." The third followed with, "I am involved with selling drugs and often get my patients to sell them for me." The fourth psychiatrist then confessed, "I know I am not supposed to, but no matter how hard I try, I cannot keep a secret." One more story. Scared sleeping, Shaky went to a psychiatrist. "Doc," he said, "I have got trouble. Every time I get into bed, I think there is somebody under it. I get under the bed, I think there's somebody on top of it. Top, under. You gotta help me, I am going crazy." "Just put yourself in my hands for 2 years, said the shrink. "Come to me 3 times a week, and I will cure your fears." "How much do you charge?" $100 per visit." "I will sleep on it," said Shaky. 6 months later the doctor met Shaky on the street. "Why did not you ever come to see me again?" asked the psychiatrist. "For $100 a visit? A bartender cured me for $10. "Is that so?" "How?" "He told me to cut the legs off the bed."
Good morning. Now we want to tell you a story about the dumbest police calls in America. From the police blotter, or what a beat cop deals with every day, a deputy responded to a report of a vehicle stopping at mailboxes. It was the mail carrier. A woman said her son was attacked by a cat, and the cat would not allow her to take her son to the hospital. A resident said someone had entered his home at night and taken 5 pounds of bacon. Upon further investigation, police discovered his wife had gotten up for a late-night snack. A man reported that a squirrel was running in circles on Davis Drive, and he wasn't sure if it was sick or had been hit by a car. An officer responded, and as he drove on the street, he ran over the squirrel.
joke story today about parted on plane. On reaching his plane seat, the man is surprised to see a parrot strapped in next to him. He asks the stewardess for a coffee, whereupon the parrot squawks, "And get me a whiskey, a cow." The stewardess, flustered, brings back a whiskey F. When this omission is pointed out to her, the parrot drains its glass and bawls, "And get me another whiskey, you idiot." Quite upset, the girl comes back shaking with another whiskey but still no coffee. Unaccustomed to such slackness, the man tries the parrot's approach. "We asked you twice for a coffee, go and get it now or I'll kick you." The next moment, both he and the parrot have been wrenched up and thrown out of the emergency exit by two burly stewards. Plunging downwards, the parrot turns to him and says, "For someone who can't fly, you complain too much." One more joke about a bet made at the local bar. A man walks into a bar, and as he makes his way to the counter, he stops and talks to everyone in the bar. As he finishes with each group of people, they all get up and leave and go stand outside the window, looking in. Finally, the bar is empty except for this guy and the bartender. The man walks up to the counter and says to the bartender, "I bet you $1,000 that I can spray beer from my mouth into a shot glass from 30 feet away, and not get any outside the glass." The bartender thinks that this guy is a nutcase, but he wants his $1,000, so he agrees. The bartender gets out a shot glass, paces off 30 feet, and the contest begins. The man sprays beer all over the bar. He does not even touch the shot glass. When he finishes, the bartender looks at him and says, "Well, I guess you owe me $1,000, huh?" The man answers, "Yeah, but I bet all of those people outside the window $500 apiece that I could come in here and spray beer all over the bar."
Hi Jerry.
Hi Gandhi.
How are you?
I am fine. Thank you. Today, what story do you want to tell?
Yes, sure. I got a joke story to tell you.
What is that?
It talks about a man get ferry home. In New York and worked in Manhattan. He had to take the ferry boat home every night. One evening, he got down to the ferry and found there was a wait for the next boat, so John decided to stop at a nearby tavern. Before long, he was feeling no pain. When he got back to the ferry slip, the ferry boat was just 8 feet from the dock. Smith, afraid of missing this one and being late for dinner, took a running leap and landed right on the deck of the boat. "How did you like that jump, buddy?" said the proud John to a deckhand. "It was great," said the sailor. "But why did not you wait? We were just pulling in." Thank you.
I remember, I got one joke.
What?
It is about missing pension.
Wah.
Recently, A distraught wife went to the local police station, along with her next-door neighbor, to report that her husband was missing. The policeman asked for a description of the missing man. The wife said, "He is 35 years old, he has 6 foot and 4 inches. Has dark eyes, dark wavy hair, an athletic build, weighs 185 pounds, he is soft-spoken, and is good to the children." The next-door neighbor protested, "Your husband is 5 foot 8 inches, chubby, bald, and he has a big mouth. And is mean to your children." The wife replied, "Yes, but who wants him back?" Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Lee. Where do you go next?
I want to visit Pruhm Temple.
Yes, somebody tell me that there are a lot of big trees there.
Yes, I went one time.
And anything more there?
Yes. A lot. You know, when you go inside there, you feel like in deep forest and like you are in the Discovery.
Oh. Wow. It very interesting. I must go there.
Okay. You can go there by motorcycle or car. Or you can go by bus after finish here.
You sure?
Yes. Never mind.
Okay, should we go there now?
Okay.
Lee, you are living here?
No. I am a tourist. But I came here one time and I got very short time when I came before. So, I came here again.
Oh, I understand.
So we go to wait at bus station. It over there.
Yes. Let go. Lee, you how long from here to Pruhm Temple?
It is about 5 kilometers.
And how many hours do we take?
It is about 15 minutes.
Oh, great. It is very near.
Okay, the bus is coming.
Okay, here we go. Here is so fresh and beautiful landscape.
Yes. I like here very much.
Lee, do you know some about history here?
Yes. Pruhm in Khmer called Prasat Pruhm. It is the modern name of the temple at Angkor, Siem Reap in Cambodia. It built in the late 12th and early 13th centuries and originally called Rajavihar. It was founded by the Khmer King Jayavarman VII. It was built for Mahayana Buddhist monastery and university. Unlike most Korean temples, Pruhm is in much the same condition in which it was found. The photogenic and atmospheric combination of trees growing out of the ruins and the jungle surroundings have made it one of Angkor's most popular temples with visitors. UNESCO inscribed Pruhm on the World Heritage List in 1992. Today, it is one of the most visited complexes in Cambodia's Angkor region. The temple still records that this site was home to more than 12,500 people, including 18 high priests and 615 dancers, with an additional 80,000 souls in the surrounding villages working to provide services and supplies. The stele also notes that the temple amassed considerable riches, including gold, pearls and silks. Expansions and additions to Pruhm continued as late as the rule of Srendra at the end of the 15th century.
Thank you very much for your explanation.
You're welcome.
For thank you I have a joke. Do you want to listen?
Yes.
Thank you very much for your explanation.
You're welcome.
Bubba and Earl were driving down the road drinking a couple of bottles of Bud. The passenger, Bubba, said, "Looky far up ahead, Earl, it's a police roadblock. We gonna get busted for drinking these here beers." "Don't worry, Bubba," Earl said. We'll just pull over and finish drinking these beers, then peel off the label and stick it on our foreheads, and throw the bottles under the seat." "What for?" asked Bubba. "Just let me do the talking, okay?" said Earl. Well, they finished their beers, threw the empties out of sight and put label on each of their foreheads. When they reached the roadblock, the sheriff said, "You boys been drinking?" "No, sir," said Earl while pointing at the labels. "We on the patch."
Thank you! Do not forget to visit Cambodia if you have time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Lee. Today's visit is very nice. Thank you everything's.
Oh, never mind.
Where do you stay, Mr. Lee?
Yes, I stay at Banana Hotel.
And with whom?
Only me.
Oh. Wow. It very good. Can I go there? I mean, I want to stay at the hotel you stay. Because I just came here, not found hotel yet.
Yes. Never mind.
Okay, should we go there now?
Okay. Let go!
Lee, you like traveling?
Yes. I travel a lot of countries. But I came here one time and I got very short time when I came before. So, I came here again.
Oh, I see. Me too.
So we go to wait at bus station. It over there.
Yes. Let go. Lee, you how long from here to the hotel?
It is about to 4 kilometers.
And how many hours do we take?
It is about 15 minutes.
Oh great. It is very near.
Okay, the bus is coming.
Okay, here we go. What floor is your room?
I am on 3 floors.
Is it okay?
Yes. It very nice place. I could see the beautiful town at night from the window.
Wow, very good. And about tomorrow, where we go?
I recommend you to visit Angkor Wat temple.
Okay. Good. So tomorrow we go together?
Yes. It is good.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. The room is very beautiful. I am sleepy now. Bye-bye, everyone. See you tomorrow. Good night. Don't forget. Tomorrow go to see Angkor Wat temple together.
Tired today. But I am very happy. Because I learned a lot. I am sleepy. Bye-bye. See you. Good night. Last night I slept very well. I hope today there is no rain and fine day. It's time to meet Annie now.
It look fine day. I hope that today not so hot. Oh, it's time to meet Mr. Lee now.
Hi. Good morning. Do you sleep well?
Yes. Very well. Thank you. Do you eat breakfast ready?
Yes. Ready. And you?
Good. So can we go now?
Yes. We go early, so the weather is good, not so hot.
Wow. It's so beautiful. And the landscape also look. Mr. Lee. Do you know some about Angkor Wat Temple?
I know a little about it, but I can tell you.
Okay. Thanks you, please.
Angkor is city and it was the capital city of the Khmer Empire, which also recognized as Yasodharapura and flourished from approximately the 9th to 15th centuries. The word Angkor is derived from the Sanskrit Nagar meaning city. The Angkorian period began in AD 802, when the Khmer Hindi monarch Jayavarman II declared himself a universal monarch and god-king, and lasted. The principal temple of the Angkorian region, Angkor Wat, was built between 1113 and 1150 by King Suryavarman II. Suryavarman ascended to the throne after prevailing in a battle with a rival prince. After consolidating his political position through military campaigns, diplomacy, and a firm domestic administration, Suryavarman launched into the construction of Angkor Wat as his personal temple mausoleum. Breaking of the Khmer kings, and influenced perhaps by the concurrent rise of Vaishnavism in India, he dedicated the temple to Vishnu rather than to Shiva. With walls nearly half a mile long on each side, Angkor Wat grandly portrays the Hindu cosmology. With the central towers representing Mount Meru, home of the gods, the outer walls, the mountains enclosing the world, and the moat, the oceans beyond. The traditional theme of identifying the Khmer Devaraja with the gods, and his residence with that of the celestials, is very much in evidence. The measurements themselves of the temple and its parts in relation to one another have cosmological significance. Suryavarman had the walls of the temple decorated with bas-reliefs depicting not only scenes from mythology, but also from the life of his own imperial court. In one of the scenes, the king himself is portrayed as larger in size than his subjects, sitting cross-legged on an elevated throne and holding court, while a bevy of attendants make him comfortable with the aid of parasols and fans. You know. In 2007, an international team of researchers using satellite photographs and other modern techniques concluded that Angkor had been the largest pre-industrial city in the world, with an elaborate infrastructure system connecting an urban sprawl of at least 1,000 square kilometers to the well-known temples at its core. Angkor is considered to be a hydraulic city because it had a complicated water management network, which was used for systematically stabilizing, storing, and dispersing water throughout the area. This network is believed to have been used for irrigation in order to offset the unpredictable monsoon season and also support the increasing population. Although the size of its population remains a topic of research and debate, newly identified agricultural systems in the Angkor area may have supported up to 1 million people.
Marguerite.
Okay. That I know all from internet and book.
You are very good at history.
No, thank you.
Okay, I got a short joke for you now.
Okay. Please?
It is about prisoner with skills. Several years ago, Andy was sentenced to prison. During his stay, he got along well with the guards and all his fellow inmates. The warden saw that deep down, Andy was a good person and made arrangements for Andy to learn a trade while doing his time. After 3 years, Andy was recognized as one of the best carpenters in the local area. Often he would be given a weekend pass to do odd jobs for the citizens of the community, and he always reported back to prison before Sunday night was over. The warden was thinking of remodeling his kitchen and in fact had done much of the work himself. but he lacked the skills to build a set of kitchen cupboards and a large countertop which he had promised his wife. So he called Andy into his office and asked him to complete the job for him. But, alas, Andy refused. He told the warden, "Gosh, I would really like to help you, but counterfeiting is what got me into prison in the first place." Mr. Lee, thank you very much for everything.
No problems. I just do what I can do.
So, after that, where will we go to visit more?
Yes, we will go to visit Freakon Temple.
Oh, it is very good.
Annie, I just got one joke. Do you want to listen?
Yes. Fantastic. It feel happy to hear have a joke. Because I like it very much.
But I do not know it is funny or not.
Okay, please, never mind.
A joke about $1 million.
Oh, wow. What happened?
A man was walking through a forest pondering life. He walked, pondered, walked, and pondered. He felt very close to nature and even close to God. He felt so close to God that he felt if he spoke, God would listen. So he asked, "God, are you listening?" And God replied, "Yes, my son, I am here." The man stopped and pondered some more. He looked towards the sky and said, "God, what is 1,000,000 years to you?" God replied, "Well, my son, a second to me is like 1,000,000 years to you." So the man continued to walk and to ponder. Walk and ponder. Then he looked to the sky again and said, "God, what is $1,000,000 to you?" And God replied, my son, a penny to me is like $1,000,000 to you." It means almost nothing to me. It does not even have a value, it is so little. The man looked down, pondered a bit, and then looked up to the sky and said, "God, can I have $1,000,000? And God replied, "In a second."
Wow. It is very funny. You are very well speaking joke.
No, I never speak like this before.
But you speak very funny.
Thanks you.
Oh. No. Thank you very much for your joke. And do you know about Freakon Temple?
Oh. I do not know about this temple. But we can find a tour guide for explaining about it.
Oh. Great. How can we find the tour guide?
Yes. I can find him easily.
Why?
I have his email address and phone number. So I can contact him very fast. Okay, please. Thank you very much. Hello. Sakai. How are you? Yes, I'm fine, thanks. I miss you very much. Me too. Happy to see you again. Here is MSS Annie. Hello Annie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Mr. Lee told me that you are a very good tour guide here.
Oh no, just simple. Okay, now can we go to visit the temple? Freakon mean the royal sword is a temple and built in the 12th century for King Jayavarman VII to honor his father. It is located northeast of Angkor Wat and just west of the Jayaditaka Bar A, with which it was associated. It was the center of a substantial organization, with almost 100,000 officials and servants. The temple is flat in design, with a basic plan of successive rectangular galleries around a Buddhist sanctuary complicated by Hindu satellite temples and numerous later additions. Like the nearby Pruhm, Pruhm has been left largely unrestored, with numerous trees and other vegetation growing among the ruins. The outer wall of Pruhm is of laterite, and bears 72 goretas holding nagas, at 50-met intervals. Surrounded by a moat, it measures 800 by 700 meters and encloses an area of 56 hectares. On the east of Pruhm is a landing stage on the edge of the Jayataka Barre, which measures 3.5 by 0.9 kilometers. This also allowed access to the Temple of Nikpian in the center of the Barre. Once dried up, the Jayataka Barre is now filled with water again, as at the end of each rainy season, all excess water in the area is diverted into it. As usual, Pruhm is oriented toward the east, so this was the main entrance, but there are others at each of the cardinal points. Each entrance has a causeway over the moat with naga-carrying devas. Halfway along the path leading to the third enclosure, on the north side, is a house of fire or dharmasala, similar to Pruhm's. In front of the third gopura is a cruciform terrace. The gopura itself is on a large scale, with 3 towers in the center and 2 flanking pavilions. Between the southern 2 towers were 2 celebrated silk cotton tree. One of the trees is now dead, although the roots have been left in place. The trees may need to be removed to prevent their damaging the structure. Pruhm was built on the site of Jayavarman VII's victory over the invading Khms, nowadays South Vietnam, in 1191. Unusually, the modern name, meaning Holy Sword, is derived from the meaning of the original, Nagar Yayasri, Holy City of Victory. The site may previously have been occupied by the royal palaces of Yasovarman II and Tribhuvanadityavarman. The temple's foundation stela has provided considerable information about the history and administration of the site. The main image, of the Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara in the form of the king's father, was dedicated in 1191. 430 other deities also had shrines on the site, each of which received an allotment of food, clothing, perfume and even mosquito nets. The wealth and treasure of this ruin includes gold, silver, gems, 112,300 pearls and a cow with gilded horns. The institution combined the roles of city, temple and Buddhist university. There were 97,840 attendants and servants, including 1,000 dancers and 1,000 teachers. The temple is still largely unrestored. The initial clearing was from 1927 to 1932, and partial anastylosis was carried out in 1939. Since then, freestanding statues have been removed for safekeeping, and there has been further consolidation and restoration work. Throughout, the conservators have attempted to balance restoration and maintenance of the wild condition in which the temple was discovered. Since 1981, the site has been maintained by the World Monuments Fund. It has continued the cautious approach to restoration, believing that to go further would involve too much guesswork, and prefers to respect the ruined nature of the temple. Thank you for listening. Do you understand?
Yes. Very well, you are very good explain.
Is it good?
Yes. Very well. He speaks Englishy very easy to understand.
Please comment some things below if you wonder about video or help subscribe for the next video about tourist place in Cambodia. Do not forget to visit Cambodia when you have free time. It is really amazing place that you dream. Good luck. Bye bye.